Hey everyone, Matt here from Docs20, and today we're going to do a comparison review, or should I upgrade episode of the ASICS Metaspeed Sky. So I have the ASICS Metaspeed Sky Plus and Paris over here, which could not be more different. And so I wanted to talk to you about what are those differences, which one might work better for who, and hopefully help you make that decision, because both of them are still the same price. ASICS doesn't typically tend to discount their old super shoe models, as I've seen. So it's $250 over here, $250. That's a lot of money. So if you're trying to figure out which one might work better for you, hopefully this helps you. So let's start first off with specs. Both these come in at unisex sizing, so men's size 9, women's size 10.5. This one over here, the Sky Plus, comes in at 7.2 ounces or 205 grams. The Sky Paris comes in at 6.4 ounces, 183 grams. So the lightest super shoe that's really widely commercially available on the market. That is, again, where things start to get really different. So they feel lighter. Again, the Paris feels a lot lighter. The ride also feels completely different. There is a 39 millimeter heel in both these 34 millimeter forefoot for a 5 millimeter drop, but it doesn't feel like that. The Sky Paris really feels like that. Feels like slightly lower drop, really even ride. The Sky Plus does not feel like that. It feels like a negative drop shoe, and I felt this since the second I put this on. Yes, it's just like that, but you can even see it just almost even looks like that. So I'm standing in the opposite model of the opposite pairs of these, and it feels like I'm in a negative drop shoe over in the Sky Paris, the Sky Plus, I'm sorry. So that also feels the same when you run in them. The foams are very, very different here. You will get a lot of bounce in the Turbo Plus over in the Sky Paris. The Turbo does not bounce as much in the Sky Plus. And when you're running in the Sky Plus, it really feels like, unless you really smash into the ground, I don't get a lot out of this foam, and I don't get a lot of this shoe. I'm a heel striker. When I land at the rear foot, it makes it feel like this is even more of a negative drop shoe, and I have to climb out of the forefoot. So outside of some like shorter, faster workouts, I really didn't enjoy this shoe that much. If you are a very strong forefoot striker that really doesn't touch the heel, this shoe might feel really good for you, but a lot of people, it just doesn't have the bounce or transition that makes it really smooth. The Sky Paris is much better. Again, feels much more even in terms of how the midsole is set up. It feels like a 5 millimeter drop shoe. Doesn't feel too low, but it's definitely on the lower side compared to some other stuff. The foam bounces no matter where you hit. Yes, it typically works better for those that tend to have elongate their stride as they accelerate, which in my mind means if you really toe off really hard and powerfully behind you, this shoe is going to work for you. So when I've done very fast, shorter intervals, this thing really, really shines. This thing is okay. The Sky Paris really shines. So if that's something you want a true super shoe feel, the Paris is going to be the better option. It also is much better if you land in the heel, you still get that bounce. Not the same roll as you get in the Edge Parrots, but you still get a super foam feeling bounce no matter where you land. But like I said, it works best if you're toeing off through the forefoot really hard. The other thing that's really, really different is the stability. So these are both neutral shoes. Let me clarify, there's no traditional stability methods. When you land in the heel on the Sky Paris, it immediately pitches you medial because there's a lot more sole flare on the outside. When you get to the forefoot, for those people that need lateral forefoot stability, this shoe is actually awesome and has worked well for a lot of people that need that, who want a lower drop shoe. The forefoot also has some fairly good sidewalls on both sides. So if you need some mild forefoot guidance, it does work really well for people that land up there and need that. The Sky Paris doesn't really have that. There's some small sidewalls and a higher arch in the midfoot, but for the most part, this is fairly unobtrusive in terms of where you're going. The forefoot does have quite a bit of sole flare, so again, it does make things feel a little bit more natural, but there's not really anything in the way of sidewalls, and the heel doesn't feel like it's biased one way. So if you don't want as much of that push in one direction, the Sky Paris is going to do much better for you. If you do want some forefoot centeredness with sidewalls, the Sky Plus might actually work better. The final thing that's really different is the uppers. So both of them are on the lighter side. Heel and heel counters feel almost exactly the same, if the Sky Paris may be a little bit lighter, but the volume in these is different. So the Sky Plus sits a little bit lower, and it just feels like, how would I say, it's just right for a racing shoe, if not a tiny bit snug. Mine's broken in with time. The Sky Paris has a lot more volume. So if you have a slightly wider foot, you're going to get away with this shoe more than this one. I've had no trouble securing either one. I've had no heel slippage. The laces are great and stay locked down, but the fits are different. The rides are different. The midsoles are different. So for me personally, as I've said, the Sky Paris works a lot better for me. It feels like a super shoe. It's got that super foam. But people that want a shoe made for forefoot strikers and want a really lower, if not like negative drop feeling shoe, and maybe want a little bit of forefoot guidance, guidance, then the Sky Plus might be a little bit better. Both of them are great options for a lot of people. I just prefer, because I feel like the Sky Paris is the true super shoe and really is the true successor to the Sky Tokyo, which I really, really enjoyed. So hope that helps you make a decision with these shoes. Durability is the last thing. Both have been fairly good. I've got 40 miles on both these, and they're holding up as well as you would expect a super shoe too, despite how hard I am on shoes. As always, hope this review helps you. If you got any questions, put them down below. We'll have a comparison between the Sky Paris and Edge Paris that Nathan's already done. But stick around, check our written reviews, and hope this video helps you.